Hello friends, my name is Naroda Gitai. Welcome to my channel Study of Life Science. So in this video we are going to discuss about crassulation acid metabolism or CAM pathways or CAM cycle. The CAM pathways which occur in succulent plants which grow in a semi-arid condition where the water scarcity is more. First discovered these CAM pathways in Crassulaceae family. That's why it's called as the crassulation acid metabolism. In addition, the other families like cactus, acacia, pine that also show such type of pathways. Those plants which has a specific xerophytic character, those characters are held to exist in that environment. The first, those plants which has a thick leaves and reduced size of that leaves. In addition, the plant has thick cuticles, and these cuticles are responsible for to reduce the rate of transpiration of that plant. In addition, those plants present a large vacuoles, and these vacuoles are responsible for the store water inside them. And very important character is that the stomata become sunken. Usually in normal plant, the stomata present upper side of that leaf, but in sunken stomata they are present inner side. There is formation of pit, and that pit there is present a stomata, and such type of stomata is called as a sunken stomata, and leaves of that plant become shed in that dry condition. That's some xerophytic characters. Among them, a very important characters of that plant which help to exist in that environment is nothing but the stomata open during daytime, the stomata open during night time and close during a daytime. It is a very important characters which help to exist in that environment or in that semi-arid condition. So how actually the process take place in that CAM pathways or in that CAM cycle? We know in generally the stomata open during daytime and close during a night time. In that daytime, what happens when stomata become open, the CO2 enter inside them, and by the photosynthesis process there is a formation of carbohydrates. It is a general process, but in CAM pathways the stomata close during daytime and open during night time. So how actually the process take place? So in that video we will discuss in details how actually there is formation of carbohydrates in CAM pathways. Okay, so let's see. These pathways which completed into two steps. First, which is the acidification. So here we see this is the acidification. Okay, and second one which is a deacidification. Okay, so acidification which we take place in a night time, and deacidification which we proceed during a daytime. Okay, so first we discuss the acidification during a night time. So what happened during a night time? I told you that the stomata open during a night time. Okay, so how actually the process proceed? So first we see the storage carbohydrates. Okay, the storage carbohydrates which converted into phosphoenol pyruvic acid through glycolysis. Okay, then phosphoenol pyruvic acid become carboxylase, and there is formation of oxaloacetic acid by the enzyme phosphoenol pyruvic carboxylase. So here is enter the CO2 inside them. That's why this phosphoenol pyruvic acid become carboxylase, and there is formation of oxaloacetic acid. Okay, once these oxaloacetic acids are formed, this oxaloacetic acid is converted into the malic acid by using the enzyme malic dehydrogenase. Okay, so here is reduce this NADH plus H plus into NADPH, and this NADH plus H plus which form at time of glycolysis. Okay, now when these malic acids are formed, they store inside the vacuoles in present chloroplast. Okay, so that's all about the night time what happened, this process we will see. Okay, so in night time there is a formation of malic acid. Okay, so now move towards the deacidification, which we take place during a daytime, and important thing is that the stomata become closed. Okay, it's very important, the stomata become closed during daytime. Okay, so what happened during daytime, this malic acid which stored inside the chloroplast present inside the vacuoles. Okay, so now this malic acid start to discharge. Okay, and this malic acid become cleave, and there is formation of CO2 and NADH plus, which converted into NADH plus H plus. Okay, now this CO2 which we enter inside the Kelvin cycle. So this is a Kelvin cycle. Okay, so we know in that Kelvin cycle there is present a compound which is ribulose bisphosphate, which we take this CO2 and there is series of reactions, and finally we get carbohydrates. Okay, in that Kelvin cycle. Okay, and the remaining product which are byproduct of pyruvic acid, this pyruvic acid become degenerate in a mitochondrial citric acid pathways. Okay, and the enzymes required for that is malic enzyme or the phosphoenol pyruvic carboxylase. So both enzymes which we see here, here is also required this enzyme, and here is also required this enzyme. So one enzyme which proceed two reactions. Okay, so when this pyruvic acid become degenerate by the mitochondrial citric acid pathways, or these pyruvic acids are responsible for the formation of phosphoenol pyruvate. Okay, so that's why it become degenerate. But this malic acid which we cleave and this formation of CO2, this CO2 are responsible for to further, this CO2 enter in that Kelvin cycle, and there is formation of carbohydrates. Okay, and that process takes place during a daytime. So that's why there is formation of carbohydrates in CAM pathway. So if you like this video, please like, share with your friends, and definitely subscribe my channel. Thank you.